Let me into my zone. Let me into my zone. Please don't let me in.
Yeah. Go and play that. Take you down, I'ma say that. Mine need me a couple dollars. Telling you now this payback. So I take that. Ask him now, we'll say that.
Live from ringside here in Sheffield. It's Friday night boxing at the Fight Zone Arena. Dennis Hobson for Fight Academy now bring you a night of championship boxing. 8 bouts on our card, and time now to introduce our 2 boxers for bout number 1. We have a super featherweight contest. Firstly, to make her way to the ring from Hungary, Gabriela Medzi. Way to the ring, first time as a professional boxer from Bolton, Lindsay Baczynski. Well, wherever you are watching in the world, we welcome viewers on SecondsOut TV. We're live this Friday night from the Fight Zone TV Arena here in Sheffield, England. Dennis Hobson for Fight Academy now bring you bout number 1 of our evening. This is a super featherweight contest. We are scheduled for 4 rounds of boxing. Timekeeper ringside is Chris Hancock of Doncaster, and upon the sound of the bell, the scoring referee in charge of this bout is Andy Brooke of Leeds. Boxing out of the red corner, officially scaling at 9 stone 2 pounds 1 ounce, 11 career victories, including 3 going inside the scheduled distance, wearing solid red shorts tonight, and boxing out of Kovanca, Hungary, introducing Gabriela Medzi. And boxing out of the blue corner, standing in the ring tonight for the first time as a professional boxer. Scaling officially at 9 stone 2 pounds 10 ounces. She's wearing the black shorts trimmed with pink and boxes out of Bolton, England. Introducing our debut boxer, Lindsay Baczynski.
Well, our first bout of the evening here at the Fight Zone Arena, our 6th card at the very unique arena. Another Dennis Hobson promotion in the shadow of the Sheffield Arena. And another debut on Fight Zone, your new home of UK boxing. Lindsay Buczynski from Bolton in the black shorts with pink trim. Lindsay emblazoned across the waistband against Gabriela Metsei from Romania, but an ethnic Hungarian from the village of Kavazna. And again, we've had a look at Metsei fairly recently. Glenn McCrory alongside me here in our commentary booth, because she shot Kathy McAleer just a few hundred yards away. The straightener in the car park, the drive-in boxing show that Dennis Hobson put on just before Christmas. So a tough debut for Lindsay.
It's a very tough debut. So she obviously got some confidence straight away. You see she's got a nice jab. But pretty ambitious for your first bout.
Well, we've had fantastic nights every night at the Fight Zone Arena. We've had the last 3 weekends of brilliant sunshine. It's not so kind tonight, but it's not putting anyone off. Everyone enjoying themselves already, and a little bit of drizzle never bothered anyone.
Certainly not. And I don't think it'll spoil the action. We've had some excellent fights on Fight Zone so far.
Well, there was a good right hand there from Metsei that just sent Lindsay back towards the ropes. Buczynski's going to have to watch that, and also the wild left. She likes to throw. Again, Metsei's got plenty of ambition off the back of that win last time out in December.
Well, Metsei quite unorthodox, keeps her head a little bit low. Buczynski will have to watch for that. But she looks well schooled. Buczynski, nice jab, moves well.
Trainer Humphrey Harrison giving the orders there, of course, brother of legend Oliver. Oliver's gym in Salford, where she trains. She is from Bolton, Lindsay Buczynski. Part of the Kevin Murray stable. Super keen to make a name for herself in the world of boxing. This her debut, of course, but as an amateur she couldn't get any fights. She was quite happy to enter tournaments all on her own, travel all over Europe completely alone, get bouts wherever she could. So the attitude is absolutely spot on for a journey that's often a very tough and rocky road, Glenn. You know yourself.
It certainly is, but you can tell that she's got some experience and that she's been around, because her boxing's good. Hands up nice and high, looking to get that left jab off. But it's Metsei that has the success.
Well, Metsei, this her 41st contest. And Kathy McAleer last time out was on the wrong end of a decision, the 4-rounder, but there could be no complaints. Metsei did extremely well in that fight and showed she was a real handful, as Buczynski's finding out it is a very tough debut.
Well, you said she's got that sort of attitude, Dom. She'll want to move along pretty quick. If it's been difficult getting fights, she just seems to that'll take anything. And I think you've got to have that kind of attitude.
Well, really, as so often is the case, the record can be very deceiving. If you look at Metsei, 11 wins, 24 defeats. She's been stopped 7 times, but she always comes with ambition.
Yeah, well, she's showing that here this evening. She's having a go. If a little messy, a little unorthodox.
That wild right as well. It's flying in from all angles, really, isn't it? It's a different proposition when he's wild like that, and maybe she's not so sure what she's going to do, so how can you deal with that?
Exactly.
Well, 2 rounds into a debut, this is a scheduled 4-rounder, Glenn.
Yeah, she's doing okay. You can tell there's a few nerves, as there will be. it's always a big occasion making your debut, and especially in this sort of surroundings.
There's a little bit of swelling under the left eye of Baczynski, which shouldn't cause too many problems. How do you score it at the halfway stage?
I think Baczynski is doing the cleaner work, certainly using the jab much better. But there hasn't been a great deal of scoring punches from either one, to be fair, Dom.
Well, Andy Brook is the man in the middle, the scoring referee from Leeds.
Seconds out, round 3.
Well, Lindsay Baczynski hasn't got a gum shield in yet. The referee just realising now she's ready. Of course, Anthony Crolla, part of our team tonight, and the presentation gantry as both girls left their hands go there, and again let's say it's still very wild. And
yeah, that was better from Meze though. She's getting her shots off.
A good right hand from Meze.
They've been busier in this round. Just got to concentrate on that jab, Baczynski. Just needs to step in behind it a little more. She's just fallen short a bit.
Well, there was a jab to the body there that seems to be the kind of straight shots that could maybe just dissuade Meze, and another one lands for Baczynski. And a big right hand, and now Baczynski easing, you could say, into life as a professional.
Yeah, some good work from Baczynski there. Getting better as the round's gone on.
Well, Fight Zone Arena is filling up nicely, and welcome to our Fight Zone viewers joining us here tonight. Apologies if there's been a couple of little technical glitches. We are up and running now. I'm very excited about the card we have. Of course, top of the bill tonight, Super Tommy Frank returns. But for now, we have a debutant in Lindsay Baczynski, who is in against the very awkward Gabriela Meze, but she was landing clean work in that third round, Glenn.
She really did, yeah. She started to pick it up as well. Been a little bit quiet so far, but that was better.
It's been a close fight as we go into the fourth round. It's probably one she's going to really want to make sure she
Corners, 10 seconds.
I think
does the cleaner work and catches the eye of the scoring referee.
Yep, I think either one really need a big round, comprehensive round, because they both had successes here and there. Much the better stylist, Baczynski. Meze still effective. Meze still trying to be busy.
It's the 2-minute rounds as well, means really is so important, isn't it, to get the quick start in the round. You can't ease your way in. It's a point of contention for many women fighters. They want 3-minute rounds. Many do.
Well, that extra minute just lets you settle down a bit. You've still got, you've got that bit more time. All a bit rushed, the 2-minute rounds.
Still the cleaner work again there from Buczynski. Decent uppercuts. She's landing decent shots here now as well.
Yeah.
Excellent way to finish the round.
Back to us straight away. Back to us straight away. 1-2 now.
Meze flailing away. Well, not very accurate.
Well, the debut is over. A tough debut for Lindsay Buczynski from Bolton. But technically, the superior boxer. Glenn, I think you would agree with, and also in terms of the straighter shots, the better shots, but the wild work obviously can be effective from somebody like Gabriela Meze, who is game.
Two contrasting styles in there, one textbook and the other throwing lots of punches, not all getting through, a little bit unorthodox, but it was good finish to the round from Buczynski.
Well, there was an uppercut and a left hook there that was peach from Buczynski's point of view. And maybe just that clean work in that final round could be the difference, because it was tight, kind of scruffy at times because of Metze's style, really.
Yep, but Meze did have her success.
Well, our scoring referee, Andy Brook, has totted up the numbers. And we have it now with our MC for the evening, Mr. Paul Booth.
Well, after 4 rounds of super featherweight boxing in our opening bout of the evening, we go to Andy Brook, our scoring referee, to decide the contest. He has it at 39 points to 37 points in favour of our winner. From Bolton, Lindsay Buczynski.
Well, that's a terrific start to her professional career as the boxer, Lindsay Buczynski from Bolton. That was no mean feat because, as you probably saw, Gabriela Meze definitely knows her way around a boxing ring. And a pretty tough opponent, I would think, for a first 4-rounder. But well done to Lindsay. She is up and running. And with 1 or 2 marks to show for it, that's, I'm afraid, what comes with the territory, of course. Well done to Lindsay. And that is the first of an excellent card we've got for you tonight, with, of course, a perfectly shaped gap in the middle for events at Wembley. We will pause to let us all take in England-Scotland later. But we have got an excellent card for you, as always on a Friday night on Fight Zone, culminating in Tommy Frank trying to get some revenge against Rosendo Hugo Guarneros of Mexico at the end of a busy night. Ant Crawler and, of course, Glenn McCrory, you already heard his dulcet tones in commentary. Welcome both. Looking forward to it again. Excellent Friday night.
I am really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to some good fights. Good to see Tommy Frank go out there and do it. A local lad to me. Jake Andrews, I think he's brought half of the city with him. It's
brilliant.
Sellout
From Salford.
tonight. Yeah, from Salford. Yeah, listen, looking forward to it. Another great card. Last week will take some beating the main event there, but I'm looking forward to this week.
No, absolutely. We've got Rhys Cartwright, who likes a stoppage. Michael Gomez Jr., who everybody says is a towering talent, but we don't see enough of him in a boxing ring. So some real good fights to come, obviously, as we've just discussed with Tommy at the end.
Yeah, well, I'm really looking forward to the Tommy Frank fight because he's overcome a lot that was tough. The last fight, being pulled out with an injury. Nobody ever wants to go out that way. It's such an amazing opportunity because the chances are this could be an eliminator for a world title.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot to look forward to. I think Tommy Frank will be back to his best tonight.
Yeah, I hope so. That will be great. Obviously, after the disappointment of that shoulder problem in December, and I think we'll have Sonny Edwards down later. Of course, he's Sheffield-based now, world champion in his own right. and just possibly a future opponent for Tommy were the cards and the planets to align. Let's pick through the card then for you, because as I say, there's plenty on offer with that gap in the middle. But we've seen Lindsay Bushinsky just get the better of Gabriela Meze. Another debutant in Adam Serkar takes on Jamie Quinn, the very, very durable Stockport fighter at super lightweight. That's coming shortly. Perry Howe, the promise, the former army boxer, obviously into his professional career now at cruiserweight against Evgenis Andreevs. That is in the middle of the evening. Reece Cartwright and Anthony Woolery. Reece, as I've mentioned, bit of a stoppage specialist again at cruiserweight. See how he goes. Michael Gomez Jr., the Mancunian Mexican, or the Irish Mexican, he is up against Christian Narvaez at super featherweight later in the evening. That's an 8-rounder. And then Keenan Wainwright and Irvin Magno at super lightweight. Keenan with a 5-1 record. Irvin, a Buxton-based personal trainer with a good record of his own. And then later in the evening, Jake Andrews at light heavyweight, as mentioned, from Ant, with a really, really tough backstory, as so many fighters do have. He's up against Scott Williams, very experienced fighter at light heavyweight. And then topping the bill, Tommy Frank looking for redemption, trying to take that IBF Intercontinental Flyweight title back off Hugo Guarneros of Mexico. All that to come with England, Scotland in the middle. Where would you rather be? We're in Sheffield. The weather isn't perfect, but we'll take it, will we not?
We will. We've been spoiled, I think, the last month
We
or
have.
so, haven't we, Glenn? But first week, yeah, it takes us back to the first week. Not quite as cold as the first week,
No,
so.
no.
It's all right. It's all right for him standing in the
I
middle
know.
there, isn't it?
I know.
The wind's just blowing all the rain.
You're an excellent windbreak, Glenn,
Oh, thank
at
you.
your size.
They come in useful for something.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get to Adam Serkar then, who's making his professional debut. And to bring the fighters out, back to your MC, Paul Booth.
From inside here at the Fight Zone Arena, it's now time to have our super lightweights make their way to the ring. Firstly, from Stockport, it's the Devil Child, Jamie Quinn. Now, it's another professional boxer making his debut this evening. To make his ring walk to the blue corner, from Buxton, Adam Serkar. From ringside here in Sheffield, a very good evening and welcome to boxing fans joining us ringside and also viewers joining us on Fight Zone TV. Dennis Hobson for Fight Academy now bring you a super lightweight contest. This bout scheduled for 4 rounds of boxing. Timekeeper ringside on the bell is Chris Hancock of Doncaster. Up on the sound of the bell, the third man in the ring is our scoring referee in charge of this contest, Darren Sarginson of Manchester. Firstly, boxing out of the red corner. On the scales at 9 stone, 12 pounds. He's got 7 career victories, and tonight wears the red shorts trimmed with black. Boxing out of Stockport, introducing the Devil Child, Jamie Quinn. And across the ring, standing in the blue corner, for the first time this evening as a professional boxer, he wears black trimmed with gold. On the scales officially for the bout at 9 stone, 12 pounds, 2 ounces. From Buxton, Derbyshire, introducing Adam Serkar. Darren Sargison, our referee, will now issue his final instructions to both boxers.
Seconds out, round 1.
So here we go, our second fight of the night on Fight Zone, your new home of UK boxing. This is Dennis Hobson promotion and Adam Serkar from Buxton, Derbyshire. Not too far away, the Peak District, makes his debut wearing black shorts with the gold trim against the very familiar figure of Jamie Quinn from Stockport, wearing the red shorts with the black tassels. This his 4th week in a row at the Fight Zone Arena, Jamie. Value for money in every single contest he takes part in, but what can he do with this debutant Serkar tonight? Who's looked in these opening few seconds very assured, very technically good, great things you hear about him and his training stablemates.
I think when you fight Jamie Quinn, you just don't think about the stoppage. You just try and just work hard, get some rounds, because he's doesn't get stopped very often.
Well, we say it every time, but Jamie Quinn is just fantastic for boxing, always gives the prospects a lesson. Can pick so much up from him. This is very assured work so far, though, from Serkar.
Yeah, Serkar just picking his shots nicely, which is the best thing to do. Obviously, there's going to be a debut, there's going to be a few nerves, and pretty unfamiliar situation, boxing outdoors.
Well, we've been privileged to see so many debutants make their first bout in a professional ring here at the Fight Zone Arena. They've all absolutely loved it. Many fighters don't get the chance to fight in an an outdoor arena like this, and so it's a special debut, and so far so good.
I think the one thing he's got to do is just enjoy himself in there and throw lots of punches, be busy.
He's got that left arm low with the shoulder. It's familiar to the old Floyd Mayweather shoulder thing going on at times there, Glenn.
Yep, he's also got a very wide stance, it's a little bit too wide. But these are things that he'll pick up on. One of the problems is also you've got to try and be busy. You've got to have a good warm up, because you don't want to go cold in there.
A very decent first round for Adam Serkar. Actually trains with Irvin Magno, who we'll see later on in the card.
I mean, this is a big occasion for Adam Serkar. Not only, he's made his debut, but having the fight covered. It's great for these kids that are getting coverage on Fight Zone.
Jamie Quinn, of course, he was here last week. He lost on points to Sean Fennell. The week before, he was in with another debutant, Aaron Hayden. Beaten on points there. The week before that, he lost a close one to Kieran McVarnock. It was a good fight. Always good value.
Corners, 10 seconds.
He's part of the team, I think, isn't he?
He's a bit like a Rod Stewart or Tom Jones having a residency at Caesars Palace. This is his Caesars Palace. It's Jamie Quinn.
Well, it's great for Jamie Quinn, getting that much work, isn't it? Every week. That's a nice little sidestep from Serkar. Just got that very wide stance, he loses a bit. He loses height by standing with such a wide stance.
A little smile on the face there because he just took one there as he was trying to measure the right hand. Wily old Jamie Quinn. Who's just in his 120th bout tonight, Quinn.
Probably going to be boxing a few years.
Well, he's only 30 and he's a PT when he's not in Sheffield fighting on Fight Zone. But very busy, and you can see why he's busy because he's not somebody who just tucks up and runs around the ring. He gives a bit and can really turn up when he fancies it. Takes a good right hand again from Serkar. Good high guard from Quinn as he likes to move forward a lot of the time, Quinn.
Nice jab from Quinn, just reminding Serkar that he's still there. Serkar has a smile.
Good snappy shots though from Serkar when he does let his hands go.
Yeah, and it's good to see the variety. He's looking to work to the body, switching. Right hand to the body, crashes in.
Showboating again from Quinn.
He landed a decent right hand. And he is very, very experienced, Quinn. That's exactly what he's doing in there.
So you have Serkar 2 up on his debut, Glenn?
I do, Dom, yep. It's nice work off the jab, some good body shots. Quinn's had the odd success, but it's pretty much all Adam Serkar.
Trained by Ronan Carter. Also has a chippy, by the way. He's got to keep the fighters out of his chippy.
But that takes some doing.
But he's an interesting fella, Adam Serkar. He's actually very familiar with Sheffield. He's from Buxton, obviously, which isn't too far away, but he's a graduate of Sheffield University. He's a design engineer by trade.
Seconds out,
And a very
round 3.
useful professional, it looks like, as well. Boxer, that is.
Tell he's getting busier as he goes along. He's had a bit of a look at Quinn, now starting to open up a bit more.
More fun and games in there.
Quinn enjoyed himself, certainly. Quinn's the type of opponent that, if you're not doing anything, he'll start work, and he's just starting to pick it up a little bit himself.
Sargison, the referee, the man in the middle, let's have a few little words with him about heads and just splitting them apart here now. But it's Quinn, as he tends to do, always has little moments in every round where he just tries to put it on the prospect, or debutant in this case, in shape of Adam Serkar.
He's had some success, Quinn.
A little bit of
Serkar hasn't had it all his own way.
a little swelling around the right eye of Serkar. Quinn's still talking to him all the way through. You can hear him from our commentary position.
He'll have a fat eye to show for it, for his nice work, Serkar.
The third round in the bank, you think, for Serkar, but yeah, he will have a nice shiner in the morning.
Well, Quinn, you know, I mean, he's got this habit. He does enough, doesn't he? You know, he does some work himself, and it's obvious there he's got through a few times.
Well, the swelling to that right eye, what you'd imagine causing many problems now. 1 round to go in this 4-rounder. Welterweight division.
He'll be proud of that in the morning.
Yeah.
If he gets his hand raised.
Well, Jamie Quinn is off his stool.
10
He's ready.
seconds, corners.
I think he just absolutely loves every single round he fights in. Jamie Quinn.
Seconds out for your 4th and
He's a
final
man that
round.
really enjoys his work. Or will Serkar try and make a statement? Good work to head and body.
Finish line in sight. He'll just want to impress as much as he can in this last round.
Well, it really isn't often. You said at the top of the show, the first bell, really, that Jamie Quinn, you've got to do something very special to stop him, and many people that have done that in recent years. Sam Maxwell, Kane Gardner, 2 top operators. Sam Maxwell with all that amateur experience, a man that went in with Lomachenko twice as an amateur. But normally, you've got to be patient with Jamie Quinn, get the rounds under your belt, and try and use it as a very positive experience, which I think Adam Serkar's doing very well tonight.
Well, I think that's exactly why they choose an opponent like Jamie Quinn, very experienced. So you can learn off him, just the tricks that he does.
Well, the pair of them smiling, chatting in there now.
Quinn never been in any trouble.
Serkar's supporters, and there are a fair few here in the Fight Zone arena, just urging their man on now for the final minute. As the rain falls in Sheffield, but luckily the canvas and the canopy doing its job. It's not slippy, it's all fine in there. There's no wind really, which is the real plus. So good work again from Serkar in the corner. Quinn just moves away. The final knockings. Still Quinn urging him on. Well, I think two fighters that enjoyed themselves in there. A good solid debut from Adam Serkar, and another one under the belt from Jamie Quinn's point of view. That's about number 120 from him. But I think it's going to be 110 defeats in that record.
But he handles himself well. He'll be ready next week.
Well, I don't think he's fighting next week. We'll have to catch up with him and find out what's happening. He might give himself a week off.
Well, it's a decent enough performance from Serkar. I think he'll be reasonably pleased with his work.
Decent amateur pedigree. Used to train with Jack Massey. I think we'll be seeing a fair bit of on Fight Zone. Well, Darren Sargison is our scoring referee. He's passed his notes over to our MC so we can get the verdict now with our MC, Paul Booth.
Well, our super lightweight contest does indeed go the distance. And so our scoring referee, Darren Sargison, decides the bout. He has it at 40 points to 36 points in favour of our winner. It's a debut victory for Adam Serkar.
Up and running, Adam Serkar from Buxton, who gets the points verdict over the very experienced and durable Jamie Quinn, who, well, I'd say he could fight every week, but he does.
Every week here at Fight Zone. He's listen, before we got into Adam, we're just singing Quinn's praises.
Yeah.
Brilliant at what he does. Takes very little punishment. Asks questions as well. And there's so many mentioned that I know there's 110 defeats in the record, but a lot of them could have been turned round.
Yes.
But he knows that the phone stops ringing. However, no, listen, great job. But Adam, listen, I liked Adam a lot. Nice skills, elusive, switch stance well, shot down to the body. No, I thought it was a good debut against a very good Jamie Quinn.
Yeah, you just
hard.
Noticed that stance.
Yeah, he was a little bit too wide, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But it's hard to really impress against somebody like Jamie Quinn because he knows exactly what he's doing, and that's an art.
Does it?
No,
doesn't offer much target.
Good defense. He knows exactly what his role is, and it's a tough job being a journeyman. You have to be good to have that many fights and come through them without taking a knock.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, it's a busy month, as it always is, really, on Fight Zone. The Fridays come thick and fast, and the fights come thick and fast. All of this to come in the weeks ahead. Pier Giulio Rua against Sladan Janjanin. That's on Friday the 30th of July. But before that, Hamid Gaz in a week's time against Liam Shinkwin. And then on the 2nd of July, Ramez Mahmoud against Michael Rambaleza. Nathaniel Collins in the middle of July against Darren Traynor. And then, as mentioned, Rua and Janjanin at the end of July. Those, of course, nights encompass bouts here in Sheffield. We're off to Scotland in July and indeed to Malta. So lots and lots to look forward to on the Fight Zone calendar in the weeks to come. The rain is just about abating at the moment, actually, which is good news. The clouds are more or less slipping past. Ant's got his raincoat on, so that's obviously done us a favour. Absolutely, yeah. You put your coat on, it doesn't rain. I think that's the rule. Right, on to the next with a man from an army background in Perry Howe, but definitely amongst the pros now. Let's get them out, shall we? I think it's back to Paul Booth.
From ringside in Sheffield at the Fight Zone Academy, we now bring you our next bout of boxing. It's a cruiserweight contest. To make his way to the ring, Yevgenius Andrejev. Make his ring walk right here in his home city of Sheffield. It's the Promise Perry Howe. This is Friday night fight night at the new home of British boxing. We're live and welcome to viewers joining us on Fight Zone TV. Dennis Hobson for Fight Academy now bring you a cruiserweight contest. This bout scheduled for 4 rounds of boxing. Timekeeper ringside is Gary Grennan of Burnley. Upon the sound of the bell, the scoring referee in charge of this bout is Andy Brooke of Leeds. Firstly, boxing out of the red corner, scaling at the weigh-in at 13 stone 6 pounds even. 10 career victories, including 4 finishing inside the scheduled distance. Tonight, he's wearing the blue shorts trimmed with silver and boxes out of Riga, Latvia. Sheffield, introducing Yevgenius Andrejev. And across the ring, boxing out of the blue corner, stands his undefeated opponent. Officially on the scales at 13 stone, 12 pounds 4 ounces. 3 fights, 2 victories, 1 draw make him his record. Tonight he's wearing the black shorts trimmed with gold and silver. He boxes in his home city of Sheffield, introducing the undefeated Perry, the Promise Howe. Referee Andy Brooke will now issue his final instructions to both boxers.
Well, Perry Howe returns to the ring. Perry, the Promise, from Sheffield, with plenty of support, as you might imagine, against the very seasoned Yevgenis Andreevs from Riga in Latvia, who's no stranger to these shores, been in with a whole host of names. But what can Perry Howe do tonight? This is his fourth bout. His last in action in the straightener in the car park, the drive-in boxing show, the Dennis Hobson promotion, back in December, a few hundred yards away outside the Sheffield arena. And of course, this Fight Zone arena with its majestic canopy and the marquees all around it, with everyone enjoying it. It's a very different setting, but Howe wants to make a statement tonight.
Well, he'll certainly be out to impress. Got an awful lot of fans here come to see him.
It's a scheduled 4-rounder. Andreevs, well, his record of 10 wins, 112 defeats, 3 draws. But again, can be deceived because a journeyman can be durable, but he has been stopped 17 times. I'm sure Perry wants to add his name to that list tonight.
Yes, he's certainly, Andreevs just looking to hold, isn't he? He's tying up that left arm with Howe.
Well, it's not ideal really, and Andreevs' ponytail's not doing its job. So the hair in his eyes as Howe goes to work.
Well, it's a bit scrappy at the moment. Howe needs to get behind that jab. I'm sure Andreevs is quite happy there.
Good work to the body and the head, and Andreevs takes a step back and playing with his hair. He looks a bit bemused in there.
Yeah, he doesn't look as if he particularly wants to be there.
I think Howe sensed that, lets the hands go again, and well, urged on by his support. This is a bit of a bizarre one, as the hair now is all over the place of Yevgenis Andreevs. Are we going to have a Paulie Malignaggi moment where he has to have a hairdo in the corner now? Right, well, the hair's got to be dealt with. Andy Brooke, the referee from Leeds, not happy with that. Quite rightly. But Perry Howe, well, he's an awkward customer on James in terms of how do you deal with him. He's come to spoil, he's come to, the hair's kind of a distraction for him, but is it a distraction for Perry as well? I mean, it's...
Well, I mean, Perry's just got to try and keep it clean, keep his distance, start using the jab. Andreevs, you know, he doesn't look like he's happy in there. He doesn't look like he wants to be in there, if I'm honest. So really, that's where Howe has to capitalise.
Well, it might be a little bit drizzly in Sheffield, but who cares? Everyone's having a great time.
Seconds out, round 2.
Well, Perry Howe, a little slip there from Andreevs, who just tries a big wild left, and the hair's all over the place. And this, well, Howe's just trying to do what he can do against an opponent that
Well, Andreev's is not even trying to fight. I'm sure the referee's going to have a bit of a word with him to try and clean it up.
Well, the hair's got to be dealt with again. Well, Paulie Malignaggi famously had the dreadlock extensions when he fought Lovemore and Dew at the City of Manchester Stadium, as it was then. Ricky Hatton was topping the bill, Juan Lescano, if you remember that, after the Mayweather fight.
I do, yeah.
And then he had to have all the extensions cut off because his hair was all over the place. So we're not kind of suggesting that Andreas is at a Malignaggi level.
No, most definitely not.
But his hair's a nuisance.
Yeah.
But Perry Howe's just got to stay focused. Had a stint as a Royal Engineer. Well, since then, he had issues when he came out of the services. He now raises money for the Armed Forces charity, the SSAFA, does great work for them. And after, well, some problems and a little bout of homelessness, actually, Perry Howe, he's back on track, very settled, very happy, and forging along with his professional boxing career. Now the tape has been administered. Can the tape hold the hair?
Yep, I think it probably can. I was getting a little frustrated now. See, he's playing into Andreev's. He's playing into his hands because he's getting too close. You know, he needs to give himself some room.
Well, a cheeky little right hand there as Andy Brook was just trying to separate the fight. He's not happy with that, but Perry Howe's just letting his frustrations get the better of him.
Well, this is quite a new one for me, Tom. I've seen most things in boxing. But
well, he's just leaning on Howe as well, isn't he? He's got no intention of putting any distance between himself and Perry Howe.
And the referee has to break them straight away. I mean, to be honest, Andreev just does not look as if he wants to be in there.
Well, he's been in with some big operators. He was the man in the opposite corner for Tommy Fury's debut, who was once a prospective opponent for Perry Howe. He was quite happy to get in with Tommy Fury a couple of years back. He thought that would be a decent match, but and again, Andreas, very experienced.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't been thrown out a few more times.
And Howe's hands just finding the mark there. And again,
that was better. He just should be pushing his opponent off, give himself a little bit of space and get the punches off.
Stop surrounding yourself, Ben.
How, you know, he's to blame for a bit of it because he's just walking up to his opponent and getting close, you know, where he should be throwing punches.
Well, decent shots at the end of the second round. But again, he's smothering his own work. Steps back, good uppercuts. They're the shots that are really counting at the end of the round there. Some good, oh, and there's a shot after the bell from Andreas.
Well, that's the only chance he was going to get him.
He had 3 minutes to do that.
I know. Well, it's frustrating performance from Perry Howe. He's trying to get his hands going and be busy, but in with a very difficult opponent.
Well, this was the first cheeky shot that Perry Howe was told off for. I think that obviously stuck in the mind of Andreas just after the bell. He tried to get his own back. So again, Howe finishing the round really well.
Corners.
There. And in fairness, Howe kept his composure very well there.
Yeah, he could have retaliated, could have gotten a bit nasty in there.
And the hairdo is getting more remarkable. He looks like Hilda Ogden with rollers in now.
Well, he can't let the ref can't let him go out with a big chunk of tape. Well, it's good to get a bit of comedy now and again.
Well, Howe's not laughing in there now. He wants the job done.
That's better from Howe.
Jab.
He'll use a jab.
Decent uppercut again.
I mean, it's hard to tell that Andreas has had so many fights and he hasn't seemed to learn anything.
He was last out in August last year. The points lost to Pius Lepo. Boxed all over the place, of course, been in plenty of Brits. He actually made his debut against Scotland's Kenny Anderson. He's a fighter.
Well, he looks more like he'd be suited to a rock group than a boxing ring, doesn't he?
Well, he does really.
That hair just has a mind of its own.
Don't get frustrated.
Well, you can hear the corner telling how not to get frustrated, or try not to get frustrated, but it's been, I suppose, an awkward evening for him as he still flicks out those straight shots. Good work again.
Yeah, but then he comes in close and then allows Andrejev to grab a hold of him. So he's smothering his own work. He needs to be a bit more disciplined with his distance. Well, we had one of the fights of the year last week. Unfortunately, this one isn't going to be in contention.
Well, Perry Howe just has to get the job done in this bizarre encounter. Of course, so much action still to come on Fight Zone. Rhys Cartwright from Leeds in with Anthony the Bull Woolery from Wolverhampton. We've seen him at the Fight Zone Arena a few weeks back. Mikey Gomez Jr. from Manchester, son of the legend Michael Gomez, in action against Christian Narvaez. Again, we've seen him here. The man based in Barcelona now via Nicaragua. Keenan Rainwhite, another local boy, Sheffield man, in against Irvin Magno from Buxton, and then Jake Andrews, who has an incredible support from Salford. The co-main against Scott Williams, and then of course it's the return of Tommy Frank against Hugo Guarneros from Mexico.
Well, the weather conditions aren't great, but it's absolutely sold out here.
Well, that's a particular new-looking hairdo now for Yevgenis Andreevs. The tape. Yep, the tail of the tape. Will it do its job as, again, Howe gets the hands going again, and there's nothing coming back. The referee's going to have a look at this. Well, again, Howe just trying to be patient with Andreevs, who's just tried to lean and hold and smother all the way through this when the hair hasn't been getting in the way.
Well, it's more pressure from Perry Howe, trying to finish off in style. Like Mr. Andreev. Very little coming back. This is where Howe needs to just keep throwing punches. Give the ref an excuse to get him out.
Well, a right hand gets through the loose guard of Andreevs. It's just turned into a little bit of practice against a moving heavy bag, really.
Nice uppercut.
Yeah, good solid work from Howe. The final minute of this contest, and a little bit of showboating from Andreevs.
Is that what it was?
Gamesmanship, not quite sure what it was really, but the little pose, hands on the hips. Again, good work from Howe. Oh, and the referee's going to wave this off. 29 seconds of the fourth round remaining, and the referee, Andy Brook, has had enough. Perry Howe having it all his own way, and Yevgenis Andreevs, well, a fairly odd performance from him.
Very odd.
The best punch he threw was one that was about 5 seconds after the bell.
I know.
Pretty much the only one he threw, really.
But Perry Howe, he'll be glad he got the stoppage.
Well, they're having a little chat in there now. I think it was just dealing with frustration in there from Perry Howe's point of view.
And that's his first stoppage.
And the missus is happy.
There's the good pressure coming from Howe, and the referee, rightly so, because he's very little coming back from Andreev.
Well, he tried to survive the 4 rounds, didn't quite get there, Andreevs, and Perry Howe does get the stoppage, so we can get the official result with our MC, Paul Booth.
The official end of the contest falls at 2 minutes, 32 seconds of round number 4. Referee Andy Brook has stopped the contest. In his opinion, Andreevs is in no position to continue. The winner, entering the ring undefeated, leaving the ring undefeated from Sheffield, Perry the Promise Howe!
Well, where to start with that one? A win's a win, first things first. Perry Howe remains undefeated, but that was, that was different from Andreev's hair to the very involved partner, and it was a spectacle.
Different, very, very different.
Yeah.
I've been around a lot of boxing. I've never seen the tape in the corner. But I'm sorry, it was Paulie Malignaggia.
Yeah.
But the cornerman was having to like tie it up with tape.
Yes.
And it was just a very bizarre fight, really. I mean, listen, Perry got the job done in the end. Probably should have took his time a little bit more, we know, when he watched it back, but he got the win. But yeah, I hear Glenn saying in commentary, and it's not being disrespectful for someone who, I was there the night he fought Kenny Anderson in professional debut. I think all those years, you know,
I know.
he would have learned how to, you know, defend that little bit better.
Well,
and
tie your hair up.
I mean, listen, maybe
For
he's
a
had a lot
start,
of fights.
It just totally didn't look like he should be there.
And
No.
he'd be at the tail end of his career, so he won't be the fighter he once was. But still, it was
125 fights. I mean, that respect where
Yeah.
it's due 125 pro
But
fights.
125 fights and you still can't throw a jab.
Yeah.
You know, it was bizarre performance.
Yeah.
I'm sure very frustrating for Perry Howe as well.
Yes,
you know,
true.
Because
difficult to fight that guy. That's
you want to look good when you've got your home fans
Yeah.
here. You want to put on a bit of a show, and then it's kind of becoming a bit comical.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
so
absolutely.
you're not wanting to be disrespectful, but you know, you've sort of loaded tickets and you've got a guy with tape hanging all over his hair, and we don't want to keep sort of disrespecting him because he's been a good servant to the sport, and he was much better a few years ago, but now it must be time to walk away before he does end up getting hurt.
It didn't look as if
you don't want to see him get hurt.
he wanted to be in the ring.
Time possibly to hang the hair up as well as the gloves.
Yes.
For Andreev. It's a different tale of the tape there. By the way, if you're watching on Seconds Out, we will say goodbye, but hopefully say hello to you very soon over on Fight Zone. $4.99 a month is all it costs for the Fight Zone app, and we get all this fun and games, as well as some very, very serious boxing, including, obviously, later tonight, that very important IBF Intercontinental Flyweight title match-up between Rosendo Hugo Guarneros and Tommy Frank. So Seconds Out viewers, we'll see you on Fight Zone very soon. And of course, there's an awful lot to look forward to tonight here in Sheffield. And we will pause, by the way, if you're watching the boxing tonight, but hoping also to keep abreast of the football, we will pause for England-Scotland at Wembley at 8 o'clock. But Rhys Cartwright, bit of a knockout specialist with an excellent record, 22 wins and just the one loss to his name, with 13 stoppages in those 22 wins. He's in for 6 minutes with Anthony Woolery from Wolverhampton, the Bull. I think he's known as durable journeyman fighter Woolery. But Cartwright, after some issues outside of the ring, back the man from Leeds and hoping to add to that very good record. One to look forward to, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Rhys Cartwright, he holds a win over the very talented Tyler Denny, who we saw on here last week. Good to see him back, a few years out the ring, and hopefully now he comes back better than ever.
Yep, cruiserweights again. So Glenn, obviously back to the box, but Dom, before that, has the tail of the tape.
Yes, thank you, Matt. And of course, Rhys Cartwright from Leeds. Had a bit of time out of the ring, but a real talent against Anthony Woolery, who we've seen here at the Fight Zone Arena boxing Jack Fay just 3 weeks ago. But Rhys Cartwright, what can we expect after that layoff? He's renewed, re-energized and ready.
Let's get the cruiserweights to the ring. Firstly, from Wolverhampton, it's the Bull, Anthony Woolery. He's back from